Good morning, students. Today we will discuss orthogonality in an inner product space. So first definition is, what are orthogonal elements in inner product space? So if we consider inner product space X, then the two elements X and Y from this inner product space X are said to be orthogonal elements if their inner product is 0. We can use the symbol X as orthogonal to Y in order to show that X and Y are orthogonal. In the same way as we have defined the orthogonality of the two elements, in the same way we can define the orthogonality of an element and a set. If we take A as a subset of inner product space X and we take an element X, then we can say that this X will be orthogonal to the set A if X is orthogonal to every element of the set A. Means we can say that this X will be orthogonal to the set A if the inner product of X with every element of the set A is 0. In the same way, we can define the orthogonality of two sets. If we have two sets A and B, which are the subsets of the inner product space X, then we say that the set A is orthogonal to the set B if the inner product of every element of set A and every element of set B, that is 0. So the sets are orthogonal if inner product of every element of A with every element of B is 0. Now we discuss an identity which is polarization identity in the inner product spaces. We have already discussed that in an inner product space, corresponding to that space, we always have a norm which is given by norm of X is equal to square root of inner product of X with X, where this X belongs to the inner product space, and the converse of this result is also true. Means we can have inner product expressed in terms of its induced norms, and that is given by the identity which is called polarization identity. So what is polarization identity? The inner product of two elements in an inner product space X is given by 1/4 times X plus Y norm square minus X minus Y norm square if the field of scalars is the space of real numbers, and if K is the space of complex numbers, in that case inner product of X and Y is given by 1/4 times X plus Y norm square minus X minus Y norm square plus iota into X plus iota Y norm square minus iota into X minus iota Y norm square. This is polarization identity. Now let us prove it. So firstly we'll discuss the case when the field of scalars is the set of real numbers. So in this case, let us find X plus Y norm square and X minus Y norm square as we have already obtained in the parallelogram equality. So let us find X plus Y norm square. Now by definition, X plus Y norm square means inner product of X plus Y with X plus Y. Now using the property of linearity, this will become inner product of X with X plus Y plus inner product of Y with X plus Y. Now again using this property here, this will become inner product of X with X plus inner product of X with Y plus inner product of Y with X plus inner product of Y with Y. Now the conjugate of 1 is the same itself, so we get inner product of X with X plus inner product of X with Y plus inner product of Y with X plus inner product of Y with Y. Now inner product of X with X, this is X norm square, inner product of Y with Y is Y norm square, so we get the value of X plus Y norm square given by this equation. Now let us find X minus Y norm square. Now by definition, X minus Y norm square means inner product of X minus Y with X minus Y. Now again using the first property of inner product, which is linearity property, so we get inner product of X with this term and inner product of minus Y with this term. Now again using this property, inner product of alpha X with Y is equal to alpha into inner product of X with Y. So using this property here and again simplifying the inner product, we get X minus Y norm square is equal to inner product of X with X minus inner product of X with Y minus inner product of Y with X plus inner product of y with y. So we have obtained x minus y norm square also. Now if we add these two terms, we get x plus y norm square minus, if we subtract these two terms, we get x plus y norm square minus x minus y norm square, which is given by the inner product of x with y plus inner product of y with x plus inner product of x with y plus inner product of y with x. So these two terms are same. So this will become 2 times inner product of x with y plus 2 times inner product of y with x. Now, because the space is the field of real numbers, so in this case, the conjugate of inner product of x and y, that will be same as inner product of y with x. So these two terms will get added. So we get 4 times inner product of x with y. So this is the first part of this identity, in which we have proved that if the field is of real numbers, in that case the inner product of x with y is equal to 1 by 4 times x plus y norm square minus x minus y norm square. Now for the second case, if the field is of complex numbers, in that case let us again find the values. In the first case we have the same thing, as we have already obtained 1 by 4 times x plus y norm square minus x minus y norm square. So in this case the basic difference in this term will be here, because in this case the field is of complex numbers, so the conjugate of inner product of x and y will be is equal to inner product of y with x. So in this case the inner product of y with x is replaced with this term. Now in the field of complex numbers we have z plus z conjugate is equal to 2 times real part of z. So this will become 4 times and that will be cancelled with 4. So we have obtained 1 by 4 times x plus y norm square minus x minus y norm square is equal to real part of inner product of x with y. Now further, let us consider the expression iota into x plus y norm square minus iota into x minus iota y norm square. Now again, using the definition of norm, x plus iota y norm square means inner product of x plus iota y with itself, and x minus iota y norm square means inner product of x minus iota y with itself. So again, using the property of linearity, this will further be is equal to iota into inner product of x with x plus iota y plus iota into inner product of iota y with x plus iota y. Here also minus iota will remain as it is. By using property of linearity, this inner product will be inner product of x with x minus iota y minus iota into inner product of minus iota y with x minus iota y. Now using this property, inner product of alpha x with y is equal to alpha into inner product of x with y. So using this property and simplifying, we can get the value which is 2 times inner product of x and y minus 2 times inner product of y with x. Now because the space is of complex numbers, so inner product of y with x will be is equal to the conjugate of inner product of x with y. Now we know that in a complex numbers, z minus z conjugate is equal to 2 times iota into imaginary part of the complex number. So this will become 2 iota into imaginary part of this inner product. So that will become 4 times iota into imaginary part of inner product of x with y. Now dividing third by 4, we get 1 by 4 times iota into x plus iota y norm square minus iota into x minus iota y norm square is equal to iota into imaginary part of the inner product of x with y. Now adding the equations 3 and 4, we get the polarization identity for the field of the complex numbers, which is given by 1 by 4 times x plus y norm square minus x minus y norm square plus iota into x plus iota y norm square minus iota into x minus iota y norm square is equal to real part of inner product of x and y plus iota into imaginary part of inner product of x and y. This whole is a complex number which is inner product of x with y. So this proves polarization identity in an inner product space.